Sticky Trifle Podcast. Sticky Trifle Podcast. Sticky Trifle Podcast.
And welcome to the Sticky Trifle Podcast, and I'm going to be turning left here. Some of you'll ken what I mean.
Welcome to the Sticky Trifle Podcast.
And no, we ain't got time for a Peter's ice cream. But our next guest, mate. We're heading past Shore Street to Cairnbulg Harbour. And we've arrived at our destination.
And Sticky Trifle.
Sticky Trifle Podcast.
Sticky Trifle Podcast. And welcome to the Sticky Trifle Podcast. And I'm actually at a nice, beautiful location. And in case you didn't ken, our guest today is Sean. Is it Pesic?
Well, aye, we pronounce it Pesic, but it should actually be Pesic because it's actually Serbian. But Pesic's fine.
So in Serbian.
Aye.
So are you Serbian?
No, my granddad was a prisoner of war during the Second World War, and he got taken here to work the fields, and then just bid here after that. And my granny just pronounced the name as she saw it, and it stuck, so it's just Pesic.
And so, how long have you stayed here in?
And Cairnbulg, well, I'm actually in Inveralchi, we're in Cairnbulg, I knew, but...
Hold on, is it Inveralchi, is it Cairnbulg?
This is Cairnbulg.
Alright, because I get mixed up. I've passed the signs and I'm going fit bit of my gun.
I've been here for 4 years, and I still get reveled myself, to be honest, because you've got this side's Cairnbulg and other sides this side's Cairnbulg, that side's Inveralchi. So I bide in Inveralchi, but we're in Cairnbulg, I know. So
this is Cairnbulg?
Aye.
And we're at a harbour, obviously.
Aye.
Now, obviously, I hadn't actually met you until a few months ago, and I'll tell you how we met, if you don't mind me saying.
No, that's fine.
I was actually doing an alpha course, and I'll tell you, it's one of the best things, personally, for my life that I've experienced, because it's given me a better grasp about what's happening in my own life.
Aye.
And I felt a bit more security about it.
Good.
And that's how I met you anyway.
Yep.
And being honest, I still didn't ken a lot about you, but I ken are you a pastor?
A pastor, aye.
I still didn't ken this word. See, he's educating me. So you're a pastor?
Aye.
Okay, and
yep.
How did this come about? How long have you been a pastor?
Oh, well, I've been in my current role for, let me think now, it's about 2 years I've been, but I've in my ministerial status with Assemblies of God for, must be coming up on 3 years, I think. But aye, it was a bit of a runabout why, because I was never brought up in a church or that, so...
So you'd never was never no childhood with a church?
No,
church
well,
like that?
Funny story, I went to Sunday school once as a bairn and they kicked me out and told me not to come back.
Was you that bad behaved?
I was. I tried to pinch all the sweeties.
Right, but you've obviously grown and you're well behaved nowadays, are you?
Well, I do my best.
Aye. And I also want to touch, obviously, you've got a very interesting past.
Aye.
And if you don't mind me asking, had you a lot of addiction with drugs in the past?
Aye, unlike a lot of folk my age in the kind of Broch area, I started messing about with substances quite young. I was actually...
For kind of age we speaking?
Well, I was 11 year old when I first smoked cannabis, and it kind of escalated as years went on.
And was there other people, was kind of other pals?
I mean, my best pal when I was that age, I was just going into academy and he was leaving academy, ken, so it was just kind of, they were doing it, so I did it kind of thing, ken, just young and feel really, ken.
And so did it take a real grasp in you, as in, was every week you was basically really normal? Would that be right?
I mean, it started off, it was just kind of like at weekends and stuff like that, but as time went on it escalated, ken, to the point where I was smoking cannabis every day. Even did some of my exams on school whilst I was on acid, ken. It just crazy really. And then at 17 I left my mum and dad's house.
What do you mean left? Did they throw you out?
No.
You were left in your own accord?
I left on my own accord. I mean, although I was taking drugs and that, it wasn't out of control of that much in a sense. Yep. But then once I moved out of theirs, that's when things kind of, within 6 months I was an alcoholic, and I would take cases of beer by my bed. And then at 18 I kind of started using heroin, and that was just downward spiral for the next 8 years.
And after us 18, another 8 year, are we speaking 26?
Well, I was just coming up for 26.
I've got my maths right today. But it's coming on 26. If it changed, something changed.
Well, it would have been in the November of 2004. I was actually on my way down the road to Woolies doing a Broadgate doing shoplifting, and Solid Rock Cafe was open at the time, and a boy Dolly and this other guy were stood outside, and they were like trying to convince me to come in, and I was like, Christians in there, they're after me, there's no way I'm going in there, not a chance. Right. I want to get money so I can go and score some drugs, ken. But it convinced me, and I went in, and then ended up sitting yapping to Ben Ritchie, was new the pastor at AOG Central in the Broch, for we did the Alpha course together. And ended up yapping him for about 3 hours and filled in an application for Teen Challenge. And then it was on the 28th of April 2005 I went into Teen Challenge, and I haven't really looked back since then. God just got ahead of my life. And
I presume, see your life since that's happened, you must be a very happy person now, are you inside?
Oh, aye. I mean, the peace I've got's just not real, ken. That's why, like, even in the midst of everything that's going on, I know I've got this quiet assurance and peace, because I ken God's in control, and He's got us, and ken,
Aye.
And ken He's got to work things out for good, ken.
Yep. And how have you been finding the lockdown? Because it has been going on as the weeks going by, and we're getting a better stage. We're getting a better time now.
Getting a bit better now, aye.
But how have you found it?
It's been fine, but at the same time it's been a challenge. Ken, I'm having to learn new ways of doing things. Like, I'm having to do videos like this and stuff like that for a church, and that's a weird, see, just preaching to your phone to then upload online is a strange experience. But having to do the school with the bairns at home as well has been that's been a challenge, Ken. There's a reason I'm there, teacher.
But I can see you've got a bike in us, so have you been using this bike, or is this just for a one day?
Well, I have to admit, this is just recent. I did have a bike, because I used to cycle a lot years ago, but it was wrecked, so I get to try and get it fixed, and it wasn't worth fixing, so I ended up buying this second hand thing, and we have been going out, me and the wife and the 3 bairns, going out round about Gowan Hill and that, just a wee bit of a run to get out and about, get some fresh air. So plan is to get some decent runs out if the weather bides.
And the weather has been, I mean, I biked out here a day, and I hadn't actually been to this place since my childhood with my mum and dad. And when I came out, the sun was actually, the sun's kind of slightly, under clouds slightly, but it's beautiful out here actually.
It is.
A nice
really
day.
Is.
And so otherwise, food-wise, what happens with food at home just now? Are you a cook? Or?
I love cooking. That's my way of kind of switching off for everything else, and just so we've been eating quite well.
You're looking for sweet kind of
no,
dishes?
I'm near really a sweet hand. We had fish and chips last night. That was fine. Huddocks.
Tartar sauce?
So I need that. Ruscaline. I prefer batter, but the wife likes ruscaline. The bairns like ruscaline, so I just had to bite a bullet on that and take in for a team, Ken. So it was ruscaline, a couple of pickled eggs on the side with some mushy peas and all, Ken.
And about are you a TV viewer? Because I've never spoke to you about TV, but would you watch TV?
Well, aye.
What do you watch?
I love movies. I've been educating my middle child. We've been watching some franchises together, so we've watched other Rambos. And, we're getting through other Aliens and the Predators and Aliens.
That's his 80s.
Aye.
Back to the 80s.
Old school.
Early 90s.
Terminators. We've watched them and all. But we've got Disney Plus. We've been watching.
I've been watching that.
We've been working our way through the Marvel movies as a family in chronological order, and The Mandalorian. That's good.
My loon Corbin, he's got me watching Star Wars The Mandalorian, which I'm loving.
Aye, it's good, is it? It's like a western bit in space. It's great.
It is, and I notice right now Abdi has been watching some form of TV.
Aye.
Because there's nothing else to fill in time later on nights, is there? Unless you're an avid book reader.
Board games. We've been playing board games with the bairns as well. They're loving Cluedo. I know, like. Maluna seems to win, like he just gets lucky, he just totally flukes it. Then I suggest so and so and sick a room with such a weapon, nobody's got any of them, so he kens that that's it. Ken.
And so what's happening with you in the future anyway? What's the next stage anyway or the next few years? Have you got plans in place, or is that thing kind of stopped you and you've had a realisation, or you're quite happy?
I mean, we're happy for where we're at, Ken. We believe that God brought us here as village for this time. When we first moved, I kind of felt as if the Lord was kind of needed a steady set of hands, and if anything that's really been evident with everything that's been going on, so we're kind of committed to being here for the next however long, Ken.
Right.
And no plans to move anyway. Like,
where did you actually bide before here?
Well, I grew up out in St Haven. Yeah, that's why when I saw your video the other week with David, I couldn't straight away, even for the thumbnail, I was like, that's St Haven Harbour.
So he's brought up in St Haven?
Brought up in St Haven, then I moved into the Broch. I was in the Broch until my mid-20s when I went into rehab, Teen Challenge.
Yep.
Then after that, I moved down south, went to Bible College, that's where I met my wife. I was down there for 5 years. Moved back up here in 2011, was in the Broch for a wee filey, then Peterhead, working with a church in Peterhead, and then in 2015 we moved here. So you've had quite
a bit of move. You've not been a solid one place forever.
No. Moved about a fair bit, but I think I love it here because it's still quite a old-fashioned village feel about the place. That sense of community, and it reminds me if it's St Haven was like when I was a bairn. And so it's safe. Well, you can't do it now, but you used to be able to just, for I bide them right in the shore, you could just send the bairns down the shore and watch them through the living room window.
And you're not just here because of Peter's ice cream, are you?
If I'm being honest, I didn't tell anybody in Belgaris. I actually prefer Bacokies. Like.
Good. Right, that's fine. That's fine. Well, Bacokies, they've been currently closed lately, but
Peter's is still open, so
they're still open, aye.
And I'm just round the corner, so it's handy.
Aye, so it's, life's pretty good for you here.
We've got a Chinese just round the corner now, so you kind of moan, Ken, kind of moan.
So, anyway, I'm hoping that we are getting more positive times coming up.
I would think we are,
And how do you feel anyway about what's happened? Do you think it's been the right thing what's happened with us lockdown and that?
I honestly think that the government's been given a bit too hard a time, to be honest. I didn't fancy being Boris Johnson, I know, Ken. He's gotten a bit of a rough deal. First it was Brexit, and now there's this, and the thing with us, nobody cares. This is a brand new strain of a virus, and so I think they've done well with what they've done. Hopefully we'll see things starting to relax a bit. I did hear in the news the other day they're looking at kind of opening things up a bit more gradually as time goes on. So I think they've done alright considering, Ken.
I'll be honest, to me it's like being a reset button for all the batteries that you've had to kind of recharge. You've kind of time to actually think, don't have to worry about being in full power right now in the batteries.
I think there's been a lot of good come out of this, Ken. There's a lot of folk that have been able to spend time at home with their bairns for them maybe been that busy running about, Ken, because that's one thing. Life has just gotten so busy and hectic, because it's like we're running from one thing to the next. So this has been a fine time, like you say, just to kind of slow down a bit, although all the stuff we've got going on at church, we've posting videos and hearing to phone folk and I feel like I'm busier now than I was. We try to juggle a bairn's school and that, but you see a lot of folk out for walks that you wouldn't have seen before. Again, so there's been a lot of good come out of it, I believe.
And I think it'll only get better as the future goes now, because we've had a dark moment off when the lockdown happened, and we're getting better times now, Sean. Anyway, I'm hoping you are the best for the future, and I hope our health continues, and you've got a good positive vibes going with you anyway. So
you as well.
It's first time I've actually properly spoke to him. First conversation really in a while. Is it properly? Thank you for being on, Sean.
No bother.
And we'll be back next week for a Sticky Trifle podcast. See you later. Sticky Trifle. Sticky Trifle. Alright, bye. See ya.
Sticky Trifle Podcast will return next week.
Stay positive and see you next week. Bye.